Hi, I'm Ty. This is the bitter bartender. Been behind the bar most of the time, but I've been in front of one even longer. Today we're actually going to be making a French gimlet, but first off I do want to talk about the kind of gin I'm going to be using. It's Eden Mill. Now typically you'll find most gin prominently advertised out of England, but this one's actually out of Scotland. Now one of my favorite things about this is it's not too stringent, it's actually very smooth. Now most of the time you're going to find something that's kind of nose hair singeing, but this one, it's got it. It's like a walk through the woods in the fall. It's very piney, it's very mellow, but it's not super cool. It's mild. It's really nice. That's really smooth. So a French gimlet, as opposed to a regular gimlet. Regular gimlet would actually be gin, simple syrup, and lime juice. A French gimlet is gin, elderberry liqueur, and lime juice. Now, most of the time people, when they talk about elderberry liqueur, they're going to be referencing Saint Germain, which is going to be the biggest name in elderberry liqueurs. However, I'm actually a really big fan of Dolphin. They make quite a few different kinds of liqueurs, and I've got a few of them. Orange is one of my favorites. I like to use them in my Mai Tais. But today we're going to be using the French gimlet, so we're going to be using our elderberry liqueur. Now, we're going to be using quite a few different things, but for the most part it's a 3-ingredient drink. It's not that complicated. So we're going to use our shaker, and we're going to stir and not shake, because gin should never be shaken, ever. And the reason why is because you bruise your gin. Now, hey Ty, bruising gin, you can't actually bruise alcohol. Well, no, you're right. The term technically is not correct. But what it does is correct. Because what you're doing is, by shaking it, you're adding air bubbles, you're aerating the liquid, and the aeration actually will dissipate some of these more subtle flavors, and so you won't get the full experience that you really should be getting out of your gin cocktail. We're going to make our French gimlet right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off in our shaker. We're going to add 2 ounces of Eden Mill gin. We're going to add 1.25 ounces of our Dolphin elderberry liqueur. And we're going to add roughly around 1/2 ounce of our actual lime juice. You don't actually need too much. A little bit here, but not quite a 3/4. That's just too much. So what we're going to do is we're going to add our ice. We're going to give this a nice stir. One of the really many things I like about gin is because it is a subtle flavor. A lot of the aspects around it, such as having those low notes that are easily hidden by aeration, I think it just adds more character. It kind of becomes a process in making the drink. I'm a very big fan of that. It adds a different kind of personality to it. It's not like vodka. Anyways. What we're going to do, get a nice good stir. We're going to strain that up. Alright. It's got a really good nose on it. The lime is absolutely present, but that gin, it really mingles in with that sweet and sour concoction that you're making. That's good. So one of the things I like about it, it still has that piney forest kind of flavor to it, but it's got those different dynamics of that sweet and sour blending in with basically all the other flavors that comprise gin. That juniper really stands out. And really, the sweetness and the sour really bring it out, I think, a lot more. Well, that's our show. I hope you enjoyed it. Please come again, and let's get drunk.